All right, after a long hiatus, I am back to Chipotle. Cue the intro. What is up, everyone? It is the endorsement, and it is time for another review. This is where I try something and tell you if you should like it or not. I can be very persuasive out of the car. So today I'm going to try to persuade you into something semi-new, kind of new, from Chipotle, the Chorizo Burrito Bowl. That is correct, but they're doing it a little different. Yes, they are doing chorizo a little bit different. They're actually doing a chicken and pork chorizo. So this should be interesting. Not your normal chorizo that I'm used to. It adds some chicken into the mix. So let's get up close and personal, check this out. We'll see what's going on. All right, you got an up close and personal look at this Chipotle burrito bowl with chorizo. So I'm just gonna kind of mix it up a little bit. I think in the close-up you saw some of that chorizo. There it is. All right, there it is all mixed up in there. You see what I did? We had a little bit of drippage, a little bit of fallout, but never hurt anybody. All right, so first of all, I'm gonna try this chorizo separately. I found a nice little piece of chorizo right there. So let's give it a shot. Wish me luck. Ooh, a little bit of a spice there at the end. All right, definitely different than the chorizo I am used to. That's more of just like a pork sausage chorizo. All right, so let's get some with a little bit of everything else on here and give it a shot. All right, that first bite I had definitely had a little bit of spice to it, a little kick. Definitely did taste the chicken in there. It definitely was different than a normal pork chorizo. But take a look at that. Yeah, that is chicken and pork chorizo. Go in for one more. Now I've reviewed a couple of the Chipotle burrito bowls before. I believe I did the barbacoa and the chicken was my first one. I think I gave the chicken like in the 90s. I am a fan of the burrito bowl, but at least on the texture front, I think what I'm missing here with the meat is that texture. You know, they cube up the steak, they cube up the chicken, and even the barbacoa, you know, is stringy and longer. This is definitely finely chopped, so it mixes in with everything. It's very similar to like the consistency of like taco meat. So I think that is what my head is having trouble kind of grasping, is like the texture thing, because everything else is on point with this burrito bowl. It's just that their chorizo is kind of getting lost in this. It has a little bit of a spice and a little bit of a flavor, but with everything going on in a burrito bowl, it's kind of getting lost. So what do you want from me? But yeah, they did not skip on this burrito bowl. It is jam-packed with goodness. Check that out. Yeah, so I mean, final breakdown on this before I rate it. It has a good taste. The texture is a little off to me, but it doesn't wow me. I think I am missing that standard pork chorizo and maybe a little more spice to this. But I think all of the toppings on this one are center stage instead of the meat, which is the exact opposite of the other burrito bowls I have where the meat kind of stands out and works in conjunction with all of this a little bit better. So yeah, I think you know where I'm going with this, but we're gonna give it a rating. All right, on a scale of 1 to 100, with 1 meaning don't even waste your money, and 100 being the promised land of, I'm going to give the fairly new Chorizo Burrito Bowl over at Chipotle a rating of 83. I'm gonna give this an 83. That's probably 10 points down from any normal burrito bowl that I'm gonna have from Chipotle. Definitely usually always up in the 90 area. But I think the texture and lack of a little bit more flavor on this has compromised this burrito bowl. Where it is good, everything else works like I said. I'm just a little bit disappointed in this chicken and pork chorizo. So there you go, another review in the books. Please like, please comment, and please subscribe. Also, do not forget to check me out on Instagram and Twitter. That is social media that gets the word of the endorsement out to the masses. Thank you for joining me again on this little chorizo video, this little Chipotle video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've tried this chorizo, definitely let me know in the comments below, and we're gonna see you soon with some more reviews. Bye. So yeah, a little side note story. I actually went to Chipotle to do something else, and I inquired to a couple of the workers there on what I wanted to do. They were all looking at me all deer in the headlights. What? You want to do what? Huh? What? Huh? What? So that did not happen. Thanks, Chipotle. Yeah, so maybe I'll find another Chipotle that's open to my idea. Maybe not. Lastly, Chipotle life hack. When you get a burrito bowl, you can ask them for some tortillas on the side, 1, 2, or 3. You can kind of make your own burritos, make your own soft tacos on the side. No charge. They do not charge you for those extra tortillas. So you're welcome.